How is mathematics used in genome research? How can we understand vast amounts of genetic information? Although a draft of the human genome map was completed long ago, miracle cures and personalized medicines have not appeared as quickly as expected. The simple idea that one gene produces only one protein has also been proven wrong. We now understand living organisms not as machines that operate like programs, but as complex systems where many parts continuously interact based on DNA. Then how can we explain such a complex and interactive genetic system? As biology and genetic engineering began to show limits in explaining DNA expression and protein production, researchers turned to mathematical models. For example, they can represent the neural structure of a centipede with equations and use this to predict the movement of other animals' legs. This field, which studies life phenomena using mathematics, is called mathematical biology. Our body is like a huge factory. Countless molecules react and work together to maintain cells, and cells come together to form tissues and organs. If we understand how genes function within this complex system, technologies such as artificial organs may become possible. DNA contains a unique blueprint for each person. But how is this blueprint turned into real substances? To produce proteins, the information in DNA must be interpreted and delivered, and RNA plays a key role in this process. RNA has different names depending on its role. The RNA that carries DNA information to the body's factory is called mRNA. In the factory, proteins are built according to the blueprint using materials called amino acids. The RNA that carries amino acids to where they are needed is called tRNA. The RNA that gathers these materials and assembles proteins according to the blueprint is called rRNA, which is named after the ribosome, the place where proteins are made. In many cases, when we say RNA, we are referring to mRNA. How does DNA store information? DNA contains 4 types of bases that encode information. They are adenine, cytosine, guanine, and thymine. If we represent them with the letters A, C, G, and T, there are 16 possible combinations of 2 letters. However, this is not enough to represent 20 amino acids. With 3-letter combinations, the number increases to 64, which is enough to match all amino acids. Longer combinations are less efficient. In fact, scientists discovered that amino acids are determined by sequences of 3 bases. Even though the relationship between base sequences and amino acids has been discovered, the full process by which they form a wide variety of proteins is not yet completely understood. Human genes produce proteins through mRNA, and their number is estimated to be about 30,000 to 35,000. Predicting and using the genetic code that corresponds to sequences of amino acids remains an important research challenge. It is practically impossible for humans to interpret such vast genetic information directly. The key to solving this problem lies in differential equations, linear algebra, and big data technologies based on them. In the past, analyzing one person's genetic information took 13 years, but now it can be done in just 1 day. Recently, researchers in South Korea used matrices, a key concept in linear algebra, to uncover how the 3-dimensional structure of the genome is formed. DNA, made up of about 3 billion base pairs, forms a double helix structure. These structures come together to form chromosomes, which in turn make up the genome. In particular, the 3-dimensional structure of the genome is closely related to diseases such as cancer and aging. It has also been found that gene expression is determined probabilistically. Because such complex structures are difficult to understand through observation alone, mathematical models are essential. In fact, mathematics such as linear algebra, probability theory, and differential equations serves as a key tool in analyzing the structure and function of genetic information. Genome research is no longer limited to biology. It has expanded into a field where mathematics helps us interpret and understand complex life phenomena. In the end, mathematics, which once seemed far removed from biology, now plays an important role in explaining the structure of life.